A very good morning, class. So, here we are on our lecture number 2 from our chapter Health and Diseases, right? That is our chapter number 8, and this is about bacterial. Today, we will talk about bacterial diseases. We are going to start with the first type of pathogen, that is bacteria. So today we will talk about two major bacterial diseases, and that is typhoid and pneumonia. We have to talk about in a sequence. We will talk about causative agent, how does this spread, how can you prevent this disease to be happen, and what is the treatment. So causative agent of bacterial disease, that is typhoid, is Salmonella typhi. It is also known as Salmonella typhimurium, but commonly it is known by the name Salmonella typhi, and it is a gram negative bacteria. Salmonella typhi is a gram negative bacteria, bacha, and every one of you know that what is the difference between gram negative and gram positive. Now the second thing which comes in mind is, if this is the causative agent, how does a person has typhoid, how does it spread, how does it causing the typhoid? It spreads through the intestinal discharge of typhoid carriers. Typhoid carriers mean those who are infected with this bacteria. They are called the typhoid carriers, right? So it, through their intestinal discharge, through their waste, it is enter into the body. If an individual is typhoid positive, or it is carrying through its excretory waste, it enter into the other healthy person. There is a one story, very good story, which is given in our book, that how does this typhoid actually uh, was spreading into people for many years. There was a lady whose name was Mary Mallon. She was a cook, and she was responsible for spreading this typhoid to many people who used to take food from her, who used to eat food which is cooked by her. So this continued for many years, and later on Mary Mallon used, she was given the name as a typhoid Mary, because she was having this typhoid bacteria, and because she used to cook food for others also, so through her it was able to transfer into the other person. The major symptoms when a person is having typhoid, the major thing is headache, body ache. They are the most two common symptom. But fever is little different from other. Fever is different in malaria. The pattern of fever is different in different kinds of diseases. So here the fever which is observed in case of typhoid, it is known as bacho typhoid classic fever. Why I said this is typical classic typhoid fever? Because here normally in the morning the body temperature doesn't rise. Body temperature start rising in the afternoon, and in the second week of the typhoid the temperature is at the maximum 103 to 104. But then after third and fourth week, the person start getting better after taking the treatment. So headache, body ache, fever at a typical pattern, that second week the fever will rise very high. So stomach pain, these are the most common symptoms of the typhoid. Other sometimes symptoms are also observed, that because of the intestinal infection, there is the ulcers are observed in the intestine, which is called ulceration in the intestine, because of the continuously hemorrhage. There is the ulceration is observed. Then rashes, because of the high fever, because of this infection, rashes are observed on the chest of the infected person. So these are the symptoms observed in our typhoid test. If a person is having all these symptoms, then the test which doctor suggests, that is the Vidal test for the typhoid. How you can prevent this infection? How can you prevent yourself to having this infection, which is called prophylactic effect? There are lots of vaccines available which are provided to the children also, especially called tab vaccine, because two types of vaccines are there, typhoid A, typhoid B. So that completely it is a collectively known as tab vaccine. T for typhoid, A for typhoid A, B for typhoid B, but it is given as the single dose only. So if a person is vaccinated, already vaccinated for typhoid, that is how you can prevent this infection into your body, because now if vaccine, you have already vaccinated, your body is prepared for this kind of antigen. But still, if a person is suffering from typhoid, because it is a bacterial disease, and we know that in the bacterial disease the most common treatment is antibiotics. So which, because antibiotics either they inhibit the growth of the bacterium or they kill the bacterium, so they are the best to work in any bacterial infection, right? So this is about your typhoid, in which we saw that the causative agent is Salmonella typhi. It spread through the intestinal discharge of infected person. Headache, body ache, particular pattern of fever is observed. Temperature is rising, and body temperature, rise of body temperature is observed in the afternoon, not in the morning, not in the evening, especially in the afternoon in the second week, right? And the vaccines are available. If a person is already vaccinated, then they can prevent to have typhoid, right? The second disease, bacterial disease, which we have to talk about, that is pneumonia. Very common causative agent is Diplococcus pneumoniae, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Haemophilus influenzae. With in addition to these, there are two other mycoplasma as well as few viruses also which can cause pneumonia. But yes, it is majorly caused by the bacteria, so it is a bacterial disease. What is the epidemiology of this disease? Epidemiology means होता है बच्चों, how does infection spread? We call it a epidemic disease, right? We are calling corona as an epidemic in during these epidemic days. So basically, how does this infection spread? That is called study of the spread. How does infection is spreading? When you study that connection, that is called epidemiology. Now it is usually infection spread through the droplet infection. Means if any person is infected with this bacteria, and you are in contact with that person, or you are in that environment, that atmosphere, then you can also get this pneumonia bacteria very easily, because it is an airborne disease. So droplet infection, it carried through the air. Symptoms, they start with the fever, headache and body ache, but the major, because in pneumonia there is the infection in the alveoli. So what is happening actually there is the accumulation of mucus, and lymph in the bronchioles ना, bronchioles में blockage हो जाती है because of the deposition of mucus and lymph. And if bronchioles they get blocked, the air which is reaching to the lungs, that will be very very less, and this results in difficulty in breathing. Person, it feels very stressful condition during the time of breathe. If oxygen supply is very very less, because already person is facing difficulty in breathing, and oxygen coming into the alveoli, reaching to the alveoli, is very very less. So nails and lips, due to the hypoxia condition, because of the less supply of oxygen, nails and lips, they start turning blue into the color. Prevention, best epidemiology for this case is, you should immediately isolate yourself from the infected person. Keep yourself away from the infected person who is suffering from the pneumoniae infection, right? That is what we always suggest in the cold, that please keep yourself away, because that virus, common cold, although it is viral disease, but again it is an airborne. So same, isolate yourself from the infected person. But still, if any person is suffering from pneumonia, then she or he can start taking antibiotics, and penicillin is the best antibiotic to work in the case of pneumoniae infection. In the pneumonia infection, what are the main causative agent? Diplococcus pneumoniae, streptococcus pneumoniae, and Haemophilus influenzae. Next we are going to start with the virus and fungal diseases with you.